Ladies and gentlemen, we have very sadly missed the first match, but it is okay. We have here today Sea.I.A versus Los. I'm gonna take it is what the team is called. Team is called, in fact. All right. We're gonna have Splat Zones Pavilion happening here today. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm interested to see how both teams handle this situation. Um, we could possibly see another situation where one team quickly just takes control and just carries it going, or another team brings it back. But let's see. Skipper Brilliant's a really interesting spot zones map. You typically want to get control of like bottom, and like there's different ways to approach it. You can either take top and approach down into mid from both angles, or you could take fully bottom and then push out top. It's multiple different ways to approach the map, and I very much enjoy taking more of the two angle approach. That way you're putting pressure on two sides, and you're able to essentially cap most of zone, if not full of zone, and not worry about other players um being there. Because if you take high ground, then you know where their entire team is going to be, and their team struggles with pushing you. Here we see both teams pushing out, as we're going to see essentially we're going to see it what's going to be both teams pushing out here. We have two on top, one is just a heavy splatting on top, as we see both teams fighting for zone, as control quickly goes to Sea.I.A first, but Herbert actually quickly goes down, getting punished for that by team by Los. As it's still a trade, it's still a 1v1, but now it's become a 1v3, I believe, or 1v2 actually. And yeah, they're not gonna be able to take zone, team team Los quickly takes control of high ground of zone, and we quickly see that like Los is just quickly holding high ground, waiting for teams Sea.I.A to make a mistake, as you see team Sea.I.A push down into mid, and actually bottom I should say, and trying to actually take zone, as the pop booyah bomb, they're able to get control, but no real picks on the side of Sea.I.A, as I speak too soon, as they're able to essentially get one pick. They're able to get two picks now, and now they're able to quickly push out here, take control, as now it is actually a 3v2 scenario in the favor of Sea.I.A, as Sea.I.A now has control of the map. They're able to hold top here, and you can see that they're applying pressure really quickly, as Kraken Murray isn't really able to do much on the brush. They're able to quickly push in, but not do too much. The splashdown comes down, but it's not on zone, so it's okay. They're able to pop. Los is actually gonna pop Booyah Bomb, as Booyah Bomb comes on zone. Bubbles come out. They're able to get a pick. They're able to essentially take zone, but they actually get punished for it and actually get a pick down. So now it is a 4v3 scenario. Now actually happening a 3v4, as Herbert going down. Oh, Herbert goes down, but it is at least traded, as now that Sea.I.A now has control of zone, they're still able to essentially hold this and still have their teammates jump in. As you see right there, the junior jumps in, is able to support the team. The entire team is now actually going to be pushing from high ground, as you see that now team Sea.I.A gets pressured, but they're able to still maintain control. They're actually going to have Booyah Bomb thrown at them. They're going to lose control, and now it's going to be a 1v2 situation, as the heavy trades, as now Team Los is now in a 3v4, is now in a 3v3 scenario, with Team Los having control of mid and having control of most of the map. As now it is, I speak too soon, as now it is still a 4v4, and we can see that action is actually brewing. A splashdown comes down. No team is actually truly able to get a pick here going, but we can quickly see that like the map is still putting on. Saint goes down real quick right there, as we see now that crack, as team Sea.I.A is actually trying to get a pick. They lose lead of the map, and they're trying to get pushed back in, but they're struggling, as team Los just has control. They're going to be able to quickly hold it, and 10 seconds left in the match. They're going to have to try and push him back in, but all the brush quickly sharking there to get a pick off, just quickly stop them from retreating. Nothing the team can really do to push back in. Damn. Team Los takes the match. We're going to have another match at Rainmaker Anchovy Games. And I'm interested to see how Anchovy Games works, as I've seen a lot of reverse sweeps happening this week on Anchovy Games. But I wonder, is it going to continue? Are we gonna have a reverse sweep? I mean, not a reverse sweep, a reverse push to take lead. Are we gonna have a complete dominance side on one side? Let's see. We gotta see what happens. Let's see what both teams bring to the table and how the match is settled. Anchovy Games, make it rain. It is the mode of Rainmaker. And let's get into it. We see the brush still out, and oh, Team Sea.I.A actually has a DLC, so we're actually gonna have to take a moment to actually reset from that. As oh damn, that's unfortunate. But I mean, like, hey, brush quickly pops over Rainmaker. No one's actually contesting. Brush is actually able to quickly go in, pop, push out, and now Team Los is actually able to quickly pop and push the Rainmaker. Is no one ever gonna stop them? They're running it. They have no fear. They're running it straight to the Rainmaker, right straight to the podium, and oh, the knockout. Damn, such a quick match in the series, in the set. We're gonna have tower control, Surgeon Shipyard. No replay is gonna be happening as the DC happens, but oh well, it'd be like that. Let's get into it. Tower control, ride the tower, Surgeon Shipyard. See how both teams fear and how both teams perform. As we have essentially both teams pushing out, and we have actually not double armor on the side of Sea.I.A, as you know, both teams push out. Both teams are able to take control of mid. They're gonna be quickly, Whoa. Okay, they're gonna be doing this. They're gonna be trying to push out. They're gonna try and get a picks. Team Los quickly pushes out with the aggression and is able to get 2 picks actually in the beginning, forcing Sea.I.A to quickly retreat and return, gather up, regroup. As we see now that both teams are essentially trying to push. We see the Inkjet come out on the side, trying to put some pressure, trying to get a pick. Can they do it? Oh, they can actually get one. They actually jump away before the Flashknight can actually get him, as now the Heavy is actually able to put some pressure. Is able to essentially control the tower, not letting it advance. As now both teams are going to try and push out, trying to get back control. As oh, the Enzap gets caught out by the team, and now their Nautilus has to get back in. As you know, Team Los is actually still able to have aggression and is still able to fight. As now we have Team, they're still able to. Oh, Team Los actually with 2 picks right there on the actual brush, and essentially both teams are now fighting, still trying to fight. Yeah, you see both teams just trying to get back in. Armor is popped on the side of Team Sea.I.A, as they're both trying to pop out, trying to get a pick, as they're able to essentially trade 1 for 1, essentially getting picks. But now it is just a 4v2, 2v1 actually. Now, now they're pushing tower for free. Now they're going to essentially knock out tower. I wonder how, because now no one's testing tower, and oh, they're able to knock it out. Damn. A good, valiant effort from the side of Sea.I.A, but it wasn't enough. Now we're going to try to have the rematch of Rainmaker Anchovy Games and try to essentially replay it so that both teams can essentially have a fair chance at actually playing the match. And let's see who actually takes the game and who actually happens, as Team Sea.I.A is on the back burner here. But hey, the reverse sweep might happen. Let's do this, Anchovy Games. Let's see, can Team Sea.I.A bring it back? Can they actually win this? And yeah, as we see both teams trying to push out here, both teams trying to get control of essential specials, trying to get control of mid. We're going to see a good, opening line. As we see that Los actually quickly pops open Rainmaker first. The Sea.I.A essentially has some aggression, but, not really overextending it when they don't not need to. Both teams have armor. Both teams are essentially waiting for pop armor. Sea.I.A pops armor now, essentially pushing out now, and essentially trying to take good control of big control. They're able to basically put pressure on the brush. The brush now has control of fans. Now Sea.I.A essentially has no control of fans. Team Los now has full control of essential mid. They have most control of mid. And now Stingray's gonna be popped on the side of Team Los, Stingray and Bomb Rush, but nothing really comes of it. Tenon missiles and Storm actually are able to quickly get a pick here actually, as they're gonna be able to quickly push back in. as now Team Los is actually 2 down. And I wonder, are Sea.I.A gonna actually push with this? They actually are. They pop Rainmaker. They actually pop armor. They actually get 2 picks now, and now it's just Rainmaker essentially kind of low key by himself. Are they actually gonna be able to push this? As not actually, they're gonna be able to quite get that. As they do trade, but hey, Team Sea.I.A is here, and if they are able to, they might still hold this to actually fully play. They're doing a soft reset, trying to get control. They're able to essentially keep control of mid, keep control of the tower, of the Rainmaker. They're going to be able to actually go up on the fan. They're going to quickly think. Booyah Bomb's going to force Team Sea.I.A actually a little bit out and a little bit far away, as now it's going to be more of a risky push. It's going to be very dangerous to actually push that and actually succeed, as now Sea.I.A, now Rainmaker actually gets reset, and now Team Sea.I.A still has control of mid. And now, as Team Los quickly goes in with the splashdown, pops Rainmaker, puts pressure, as actually cracking, as the brush then gets punished for it. Stingray comes out on the side, but actually Team Sea.I.A is actually able to get 2 picks actually, potentially actually getting a full wipe on the side of Team Los. But actually Team Los is actually quickly able to retaliate. Now it's a 4v2 scenario with just the junior in the and the heavy in mid, trying to actually get control of mid and keep control there. As we're trying to see, as you can see quickly, that both teams are essentially trying to fight Rainmaker. Splashdown gets canceled as now bubbles come out, and we're trying to actually see a quick 1-2 actually comes out, and they're actually able to get control of mid. Rainmaker comes out, but the actual Booyah Bomb stops the Rainmaker from advancing. But they still have picks, they can still advance with this, as now the K-Pro still holds top. They're still able to put pressure, and now Team Sea.I.A is going to try to push this. Stingray is going to make this a little bit more difficult, as now with Stingray happening, Team Sea.I.A is in a tough predicament. They actually lose a member down there to the actual rain, as now Team Sea.I.A still with the Rainmaker, still able to push this, as they now have control of essentially top with the bucket right here, as they're essentially trying to hold it and trying to make it more difficult. As now essentially I believe they should just kind of put pressure, as a bomb I believe came out on the side and actually took out one of the Sea.I.A members, as they're going to be trying to do something, but they can't do much, as now it's going to be a soft reset for Team Sea.I.A trying to get a pick off. They're able to get 1 pick, but they actually quickly trade for it, not really finding much for it. But now it's inside of 3v2, possibly a 3v3 now with Team Sea.I.A, with Team Los on the back burner, trying to now with Rainmaker trying to pick up Rainmaker and actually push it. I see mid control still on the side of Team Sea.I.A, and I wonder what they could do here and what they can actually do to improve. As as Rainmaker gets stopped actually right there, as we see now that Team Los is actually down 2 members, and Splashdown comes out, but it's not able to find anyone. Team Sea.I.A now actually pushes out, fully taking control of top, fully thinking they see the aggression, they see the fact that they actually can push this and that they're okay. They fully take it and they're aware of it, and now they're on the back burner. Now they're trying to actually push it. They go down 2 members, but now it's 2 members as well on the side of Team Sea.I.A, on Team Los as well. They get jumps going in. They try to do something. They have the Booyah Bomb there. The Booyah Bomb is going to force them to actually retreat and possibly get the Rainmaker. The Booyah Bomb is going to get Rainmaker. Bomb Rush is quickly putting pressure. They quickly trade actually right there. And now, Sea.I.A is still holding control of mid. As Team Los was never really able to find a whole wipe on the side of on Team Sea.I.A, as now actually, as I say this, they're actually able to quickly turn this somewhat of a losing scenario holding mid. It's actually a somewhat of good scenario, as they now have full control of somewhat mid, but they're actually opting to push it on the right side as they quickly get taken out. Rainmaker gets stopped by the heavy as Bomb Rush comes out, but it's very difficult for them to push it on the right side, like and now they lose 2 members. Can Sea.I.A actually win this, as now they fully wiped, and all they have to do is essentially not pick up. They can leave the Rainmaker there, they can leave bubbles there, as it's going to be harder for Team Sea.I.A actually brings this back, and they actually have a game. They actually win the Rainmaker match, and now the set continues, I believe 1-4 in the side of team, now 4-1, now 4-2, either 4-1 or 3-2, with Sea.I.A now taking this game. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a set. let's see what happens. Now we go to Mako Mart Splat Zones, and I'm told that the score is actually 3-1 because I actually missed a match. So now we will continue to continue on to game 5. And honestly, this is an exciting set, Mako Mart Splat Zones. As we saw like earlier in the beginning, Team Sea.I.A is actually able to quickly get control of zone. They're able to push out. They're able to get control and hold position, but they struggle with regrouping. And I wonder like how they're gonna actually be able to regroup, as Mako Mart's a difficult map to, once you get kind of pushed out a little bit, to actually regroup and push back in. So I'm interested to see how both teams operate to actually surf this, as we see both teams work really hard to actually utilize this. Mako Mart being a great map for brush that we saw all set. I wonder if the brush is going to come out this time, or if they're going to opt for something more like a carbon roller, maybe an octo brush instead. But ink brush still working out fine on the still working out perfectly on this map, especially with splashdown, putting pressure on the enemies and able to jump back into zone and pop a splashdown. As we do see indeed, as I mentioned before, splashdown, we see the tri-slasher coming out now with actual rain, and we see both teams now actually, instead of there actually being a I want to say a Nautilus, there's actually now a mini splatling, as Team Los quickly gaining a pick, quickly gonna probably get control of mid. They actually do get control of zone, and now the mini is actually on a flank on all the way to the side, quickly putting pressure, as Team C.I.A is essentially able to pop missiles, get control of mid, and essentially push them out and force Team Los out, as T-Tech actually gets caught out there and actually gets punished for actually trying to take a fight and to actually win the fight. As now we see some scouting happening on the side of Team CIA, as Team CIA now gets a pick there, as Booyah Bomb was thrown, and they were quickly scouting to see where Booyah Bomb was going to be thrown and how they could deal with it. As now the K Pro actually goes down. Now they don't actually have a Booyah on this side of Team Los, as Team Los is gonna they might have had zone in the beginning, but now they're actually struggling to have zone. They actually popped armor, so now Team CIA is actually going to be quickly being able to push the aggression. They actually push aggression, push with armor, and Code is actually able to take 2 down on the side of Team Los. As we see here that Team CIA try to push up on the right side, but they actually got punished. The brush quickly comes around as they throw 10 missiles towards the brush to actually force them to move back, as CIA then quickly gets taken out. The lead of 9, can they actually hold this, is actually a real good question. As they do hold it, the lead is now going down to 5, 4, 3, as they're now actually still in debate, as all 2 Booyah Bombs get pushed out, and now Team Los now pushes back. They brought back the entire match down to actually 3, which is really cool. So, and all they have to do is essentially get actually win one match and win a team fight. And actually they get 2 picks right there. Are they gonna actually be able to find 3? They find 3. Are they gonna actually get the wipe? They find the wipe with the value of a trade on the side of Code, but Team CIA quickly pushes out. They have most of map control, actually. As you can see, Team Los is actually struggling with keeping and holding map control, as the brush actually tries to push out on the top left of your screen, folks, and they actually got punished by Mark, as Mark actually is able to get a pick there. Moon Los is actually able to find a pick there with the T-Tech. Booyah Bomb gets thrown out, forcing the Junior to actually push back in, to push away. They actually find a pick there in the weird scramble, as Zone actually gets traded out, or gets traded gets traded. Now CIA is actually able to get control. Oh my god, everything's happening so fast. CIA is able to get control. 10 missiles come out, but they don't find anything. CIA is quickly still providing pressure, providing control, and they're actually getting a little bit pinched right now, as the brush is coming from one side from another. They quickly try to push out, but they weren't able to find a pick. They quickly trade, turning this into a 3v2 engagement. Now on the side, the splashdown comes down, not finding a single pick. But Team CIA, they lose their Junior before their Junior could pop splat, before their Junior could pop armor. That's a very valuable pick, as now Booyah Bomb comes out, forcing the T-Tech out of position, and now Team CIA has to essentially push back out, and they're essentially struggling with pushing out, as now you see that they quickly took a 2-on-1 engagement on the brush and actually punished the brush for pushing out. As you see Mark trying to push back in, they're trying to push out, but they're struggling really here. Actually, Booyah Bomb comes out, armor comes out, as both teams are just trying to scramble to actually get point and get control of zone. As quickly Team CIA is actually able to get 2 picks there, trading, but is actually in the favor of Team CIA, as Team CIA now is actually able to quickly go in, turn this. They quickly turn on the K Pro that was trying to escape, and now this is actually now a 4v4 scenario, but actually there's a 4v3, but now Team CIA actually has control of zone, and we quickly see both teams still trying to do something. We see that the T-Tech is actually still sharking, still trying to find a pick, still trying to make something, as Team CIA actually loses a member there. Booyah Bomb is gonna be being thrown actually on the zone. Armor gets popped out, as Splashdown gets taken out, as Team CIA is actually able to find a pick there in the scramble, in the squabble, and now it's a 3v3. Armor gets popped. I mean, Rain gets popped, as essentially they're their K shot is able to push back out and still hold as they trade there, and still this is in the favor of Team CIA. As Team CIA, all they have to do is either stop Team Los to actually get control, or they just have to get control themselves. See, the paint keeps going on. It's still a war effort. Oh no, they lose their junior, a really valuable painting weapon, and now Team Los is actually gonna be able to push out there, quickly get picks, quickly regroup, and now they have essentially 20, like a couple of seconds to actually push back out and still hold this. As we see the splashdown. Oh, crack! They're actually able to trade, so now it's a 3v3 on the side, and I believe actually they were able to find a pick earlier, so now it's a 2v2. Are they gonna be actually able to pick it last couple of seconds of the match? They're not able to find a pick. They actually squamble there, as we see that Team Los is actually able to quickly get a pick, and actually it seems like they're gonna be able to group, and yeah, they're actually struggling to push back in, as it seems like Team CIA lost that, and the game goes to Team Los. A valuable effort by Team CIA, but it just wasn't enough. We're taking to Ink Blot Clam Blitz, as we see the actual undercover coming out from Team Los, as you know, we see the Hydra coming out from Team CIA, as I'm interested to see how this actually evolves and what happens here, as it seems like Team CIA, no team actually has clear coverage, I want to say, of mid, and they're just quickly painting out as Team CIA tries to quickly get a pop on the right side, but they're not gonna be able to find anything. You know, the undercover is actually able to block all the shots and actually quickly get a pick there. The splash is actually gonna try and push in, but actually gets stopped there by the Nautilus there, as the Hydra actually provides some support from the high ground. That's gonna be very difficult for Team Los to actually push back in and push Team CIA, as Team CIA essentially has high ground. They have a really good defensive weapon in Hydra, and actually being able to just stop them. So I wonder what's gonna happen. Baller comes in. Baller comes in, and actually, like, quickly there, all specials are thrown out, and they're able to essentially pop one plant football in. But quickly we see right there that Team CIA is actually able to quickly get control of map, get actually quick map control, push out there. They're able to form a football. They're able to actually now, possibly if they wanted to, pop missiles. Now they're actually going to pop missiles. They're going to put pressure on the team, and now the team's going to be struggling with pushing back in, as now they actually trade right there. So now it's actually a 3v3 scenario, as it's going to be very difficult for the team to essentially push out and hold control, as now Team CIA actually loses most of their midline and frontline pressure, as they're not going to be able to do much here except try to hold. They have a clam blitz, they have a football, but they're actually going to throw it actually there, opting to just not hold it, not to be an obvious where they're going to be, and I decided to instead actually be in a position. They tried to save the football, but they couldn't right there, as Team CIA now actually has control of mid. They're able to actually get some picks going, and they're still pushing out, as we see now the bomb rush coming out, a defensive bomb rush trying to prevent Team CIA from actually pushing out with the picks that they actually made. So now all CIA really needs is just get another team fight win, and they're actually going to be able to push, push the clams back in, as they quickly get a pick right there. Armor comes out, but I wonder, are they going to be able to actually trade those picks for another pick? As it's very difficult for the team to actually push in without one of their players. They actually lose two players right there. They actually get fully wiped right there, as Team Los actually has now most control of mid, actually, I should say, has a free football, and now they're going to be able to quickly push back in, and now they're just waiting to actually have team actually gets called out there. I'm not sure why actually, but they get called out there. Brush actually gets punished, as Brush is actually able to punish, I should say, the Nautilus, and now it is in the fight of a 2v3 in the side of Team CIA, actually in the favor and actually getting control of mid. They lose another player down. The Hydra struggling to actually stay alive and actually keep up the pressure, winning those 1v1 scenarios against the entire team, as Team Los is actually able to quickly put pressure and still hold zone, as all Team CIA needs is one good team fight, and they're actually able to take lead and get control, but they're struggling here. They're actually able to find two picks right here. The brush actually quickly comes out, and they're going to be struggling. They're going to try and run it quickly into the basket, but they're going to be actually struggling, and instead opting to quickly paint mid to actually thing. The bomb rush comes out. Are they going to actually be able to quickly, they pop armor, but they're not actually able to establish some frontline control on the plat, and instead they're struggling to quickly push back in. They pop specials, but nothing's really happening, and I think CIA is just struggling to actually, damn, a really well placed bomb actually makes it difficult for Team CIA to actually not get a pick, as now they lose essentially one of their football players, and now they're still holding pressure and they're still holding control, but it's very difficult for them to hold map control, as we see the Hydra just quickly shirking right there. We see Team CIA and Team Los quickly fighting it, trying to get one pick over another. See, both teams are trying to fight it out as they quickly call out the splash. They're able to get a pick on the splash. I wonder, actually, the splash down comes out and nothing's able to come out of it. They're actually able to get 2 picks here. They're actually able to pop Booyah Bomb. The Booyah Bomb is actually able to find a pick now. They're going to try and run it actually probably really quickly in order to actually score. They're going to actually find a pick here. They're going to actually form a football. They're going to throw and they're going to miss. And oh, they're actually going to be unable to actually fully push that in as they actually missed that clam blitz, as that's could have actually been a really deciding factor. If they landed, they might have been able to actually score leads. And now Team CIA now has to quickly form a power clam in like the next 30 seconds, as if they are unable to, they're essentially going to be struggling really badly, as all they really need is essentially 2 more clams, I believe, in order to basically form a football. And if they're able to, they're essentially able to. They have 14 seconds to quickly form a football. And I wonder if Team CIA is actually going to realize this and actually notice, as the power clam is actually a thing. They're actually able to form a power clam. They're able to get a pick. Bomb rush comes out, and I wonder, are they able to actually find an advancement with this? They're actually able to find a pick. They're going to quickly push in, as they're able to actually throw in football. They're actually able to make a score. They're actually going to quickly throw in. They throw a clam and get lead. Team Los lost lead there, as Team CIA proved valiantly that they were able to play defense. Like I said, all they needed was one team fight. They were able to get some couple of picks, and quickly through the mayhem and through the madness, they were able to quickly sneak in a whole football and an extra clam in the match. Ladies and gentlemen, we go on to game 7. 4-2. Team CIA is on the Christmas. All they need to do is bring it back, but all Team Los needs is one more win in order to secure the set for them. We go to Tower Control Starfish main stage for game 7. And I'm interested to see, is this going to be a repeat of Surgeon's Shipyard, or as Team CIA actually have won, gain some consciousness, know what they need to do, as both teams quickly push out. You see the undercover again, and undercover is actually a great weapon to run on Tower Control, quickly being able to, just a weapon that can ride tower with no problem, having shielding. As we see a quick engagement, the Saint actually gets a pick. Team CIA actually gets 2 quick picks out there, and they're actually able to quickly maintain control. I wonder if they're going to actually call it the Brella. The Brella actually goes to actually trade right there, as now we see that the fact that the Brella right there, but is unable to actually do much, as now we see a quick push. We see that Team CIA is still able to hold control. They quickly swap who's going to be on tower and who's not going to be on tower. Team CIA quickly gets control. No one's actually on top of it, as Team CIA actually quickly gets control of top of their plat, as they're able to essentially keep the pressure going, keep the count going. They quickly fall off the tower, but it's okay. They're able to quickly keep the push going, as Team CIA, now down 2 players, is actually going to decide to actually give up mid control, and actually mid actually gets Booyah instead of just holding mid for their team to get put for the team to actually jump back into. They're actually going to just opt to jump out, which is not a bad idea, as another Booyah Bomb comes out, as Team Los now has full control of mid, opting to actually keep control it, as one player is actually on the left, gets punished on the side of Team Los, as now Team CIA now has 2 picks. Can they turn into 3? They do turn into 3, but actually lose one player in the engagement, as now we see the Brella actually quickly might be trying to flank actually on the side, as one pick gets down, as Team CIA is trying to make a scrappy engagement work, as left is completely controlled and operated by Team Los, as now we see that both teams are actually fighting for mid control, fighting to keep control, as it is a scrappy engagement. Team Los actually has more paint actually on the ground, it seems, as Booyah Bomb comes out, forcing Team CIA to actually retreat. And we see this actually working out, as we see the mode continue to push out. We see that Team CIA is actually gets a pick, but they're not able to do much with it, as there's still a scrappy engagement, and they're still struggling to actually push out fully. And Team CIA then loses actually a player there. They're going to try and jump out. They're actually trying to defend this here. They're going to be struggling here, but they're actually going to be able to still hold on their ground. They're still going to try and pick. They forced Tenwas to come out, and they actually forced Team Los actually off the tower. I'm surprised they didn't rush the NZAP right there, just quickly getting a pick off. But Team CIA actually, they're able to get a pick. They're actually able to keep map control, but hey, there's a scrappy engagement. Anything can happen, as Team CIA now actually trying to get one pick, trying to finish off the spot. They weren't able to, and now there might be some miscommunication, as Team CIA is actually unavailable to actually finish off the splat. And now Team Los takes the scrappy engagement that was pretty awkward and they continue pushing it forward, as now team Booyah Bomb gets called out, Splashdown gets called out, and they're struggling to actually get a pick. As we see now that tower is actually on the map. It's 1v2. They're not able to actually do it. Are they gonna actually be able to stop it? They're not able to stop tower before it gets lead. They're actually able to fully wipe tower, and now they're gonna be able to fully actually get on tower, reset it, force it out, get map control, and this is gonna be a reset of For the Ages, as now Team Sea.I.A is now have to essentially push tower again, but it's gonna be a bit easier since they don't have to worry about the checkpoint on the first checkpoint that they have to do. Team Sea.I.A is going to quickly try and push out on the right side. They're not going to be able to do much here, as both teams essentially push out, try and get map control. They're able to actually find one pick actually on the right, as both teams again still pushing out, still trying to fight their best. They're actually able to get 2 picks here. Now they popped armor, they popped Booyah Bomb. They know where one player is. They're actually going to be able to call them out and actually quickly fight them. They might actually be able to get a pick. They find 2 picks here, actually, I should say, as a scrap engagement actually turns in great into the favor of Team Sea.I.A, as Team Sea.I.A is actually able to get 3 picks right there. Actually, I believe it's going to be lead that they're going to be able to get, because since no one's actually contesting tower, all they need to do is ride tower and for free. Oh, someone gets them, but it's fine. They actually got lead, so now all they have to do is essentially retreat back. That's exactly what they had to do. All they had to do was essentially just jump back. They're able to get back. Now they just have to build specials. It's going to be a scrap engagement for the next 40 seconds, but if this goes similar to how the match went, the first match for the first push for Team Los is going to be really scrappy. 3v3 on the side, on both sides, as Booyah Bomb comes out. It doesn't find anything, as Inkjet comes out, quickly able to get a splat, quickly able to find one person. Booyah Bomb comes out, as now Team Sea.I.A actually has to quickly fight this. They're actually gonna lose lead there, as Booyah Bomb comes out, but it's too late. Splashdown comes out, as now Team Sea.I.A now actually has to quickly push out and get mid control. They're able to find a pick, and now they actually have tower. Now no one can actually leave tower. They have a pick. Now it's actually a 4v3 inning in their side, and I wonder, are Team Sea.I.A gonna actually be able to push this? Are they gonna be able to actually do this? As both teams quickly trade, actually right there, that's an important trade that needs to happen. But Team Sea.I.A is actually able to quickly find a pick that they're actually able to do. They might get called out. Armor gets really quickly right there, as they're able to essentially hold tower. They get pushed off by the actual undercover, and they lose the set due to that. Undercover was actually quickly able to push back both players due to armor. An unfortunate event. Unlucky. I believe in that situation, what needed to happen was the NZAP needed to stay on top, and protect top, while the Tri-Slosher was actually should have been the one that actually looked back and secured the splat in mid, as giving up the high ground actually what might have not been what cost them the game, but would have been what actually made them struggle in keeping the game. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the set. 5-2 in the favor of Team Los. And guys, if I mispronounce your team's name, I am so sorry. I didn't know I mispronounced it until probably just now when you tell me in the comments. If you found this helpful, let me know. I'm still trying to experiment how to actually spectate it better, so that it's actually better for you guys to watch and be able to learn from it, I want to say, and review it, I should say. And yeah, both teams' information will be in the description if you guys want to just follow the teams and just root for them even more, and we'll bring you more Luti action. And yeah, subscribe, like, comment, do what you guys want. Let me know how I can improve. And yeah, that was an exciting series. Thank you for both teams for letting me spectate the set.